Is Chinese difficult to learn? You may often hear people say, I want to learn Chinese, but the Chinese characters are too difficult. Quite a lot of people who want to learn Chinese think this way before taking up Chinese. In fact, you will find it not so hard to learn after you get to know the Chinese characters. Different from alphabetical languages, the Chinese characters have its unique discipline. The Chinese characters originated from pictures or people's depiction of things, or the original hieroglyphical characters. What will you think of when you see this character, Zhi? The character was evolved from the graphical representation of the sun. It is like a circular form with a dot in the middle. You may ask why there is a dot in the middle of the sun. In fact, when people look directly at the sun, the strong light in the middle of the sun is like a light spot. It is clear that ancient people had acute observation. Chinese characters have a history of several thousand years. Humans generated several kinds of hieroglyphical characters, such as the hieroglyphical characters in ancient Egypt, and Indians' Maya characters were lost later due to a host of reasons. Only Chinese characters have gone through several thousand years of evolution and remain until now. These are the earliest Chinese characters we have seen, which were written on tortoise shells and beast bones. There are big and small forms of characters with slender strokes. Every character is like a small kid's drawing. Does this character look like a woman kneeling? It indicates the meaning of a woman. In fact, kneeling down on the two knees and the two hands crossed on the waist is just the bearing of ancient Chinese women. It has evolved into the current form of the character Nu. Yue is like a crescent moon. Ren is like a person who is standing with straight arms. Shou is like a palm with 5 fingers and a wrist. Shan is like rolling peaks. After its development, other methods of word formation were developed based on the hieroglyphical characters. Many Chinese characters can be taken apart into different parts. Plus, many Chinese characters share the same parts, which are called components or basic structural parts. The 26 English letters may be formed into words freely. Though Chinese characters have no letters, different structural parts may form different Chinese characters. This structural part conveys the connotation of a hand. When you see characters with this structural part, you may find that these characters are basically related to the motion of hands. Among Chinese characters, there are 1,300 basic structural parts indicating different sounds, and 250 indicating different meanings. These different structural parts may form different characters. According to statistics, over 80% characters are formed in this way. There has no exact statistics on the total number of Chinese characters. Only approximate figures can be found in dictionaries. 85,000 Chinese characters have been included in Chinese Thesaurus, published in the 20th century. How to remember so many Chinese characters? Do not worry. Though there are numerous Chinese characters, there are only several thousand daily used ones. According to statistics, 1,000 commonly used characters can cover nearly 92% of written documents. 2,000 characters may cover over 98%, 3,000, 99%. Do you know Chinese characters are not only used in China, but also in Japan? No characters were used to record the language for a long period of time in the Japanese history. In about the 4th century AD, the Chinese characters were introduced into Japan in large quantities through Korea. At first, the Chinese characters were used as symbols to indicate sound. Later, they gradually became kana. There are Chinese characters found in Korean and Vietnamese. Why not try to write several Chinese characters? You may find the pleasure. 汉字汉字偏旁偏旁